love platformers. Mario, Sonic, Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon, Jak and Daxter, Sly Cooper, Ratchet and Clank, SpongeBob, Kirby, Shantae, they're all phenomenal in their own unique ways, and my favorite type of platformer is a 3D platformer, specifically the 6th generation of consoles. This is where my influence on gaming really began and molded me into the person that I am today, and my love for the genre, specifically 3D platformers. So, when I was offered a chance to get a review code for one, I was happy to oblige. So a huge shout out to Patoon Studio and 3Cat for the review code for Dracamar. This video is unscripted like all of my review code videos are. However, I do have some notes here, and I will do my best to summarize my thoughts in this in a concise order. So I should preface by saying that I played this on Steam. The game is slated to come out on April 30th for Steam, PlayStation 5, Xbox, and eventually Switch. Not sure on the actual release date yet, but yeah, it's coming. What interested me the most about Dracamar was just its visuals alone. It's so pretty looking and colorful, and it really did remind me of games that I played specifically on the GameCube and PS2 growing up. And that's exactly what the team was setting out to do. They took heavy inspiration from those types of games from that era, and it shows. And I can't wait to talk about this wonderful experience. According to the press kit that I was given, this game features 15 levels with 7 boss fights and 5 bonus levels. And I've played up to the 2nd boss fight, so I'm relatively deep into the game, about halfway. So I'd like to share my general thoughts on what I've experienced so far. Let's start with that story. Dracamar takes place in the land of, well, Dracamar, a land filled with dragons and magical creatures alike. The most special part of Dracamar is the Kuroki flower, the source of energy that connects everything in the land. The land was peaceful until the sunken island of Draclantis emerged, and with it, the evil King Krad. Krad, being the big bad, has kidnapped the Kuroki flower in order to sap its energy away. With the energy, he can create Moki Balls. Using them, he's corrupted the resident creatures, the Okis, and corrupted them into Mokis, evil versions of the Okis. The goal is simple: stop Krad and save the Okis. At the start, you can choose from 3 playable characters. Their names are Kaliu, Folk, and Espurna. I love their designs so much that I had a really hard time choosing who I wanted to play with, but I ultimately settled with Kaliu. She's super cute. I love her look. You'll start the game in a world map. Very limited, but once you get into your first level, you get the synopsis of the plot and your goal, which is to save the Okis by defeating the Mokis, or finding Okis that are scattered around the world in various different cages, and collecting the energy that is dropped from them in order to power up the bridges that connect the various parts of the land of Dracamar together. You will have to collect a certain amount of Okis in order to progress through the game, but considering there are so many scattered in each level, I don't think you're going to have too much trouble. I have not had to backtrack yet. The Okis are so cute. Once you save them, you can pet them or jump on their heads if you really want to be mean. And it's just, this whole game is so pretty. It's so cute. It's so colorful. I love the ways the levels look. The character models are really cute. It almost gives me that Toys for Bob, Crash, and Spyro style that I love so much. But this is a video game, so we need to talk about the controls. And, for the most part, they're very smooth. It reminds me a lot of what a 3D Mario or the Jak and Daxter games are like. What I do like about this game is that the movement system is so fluid. You have a dash, a dive, and a double jump that you can string together to get some really good movement going on. And as you progress through later levels, you'll unlock new abilities, which is really awesome. In the 4th level of the game, I got this magnet, which allowed me to control different objects. It was really fun. And then in the 6th level, I got this boomerang, which was really cool because it made me think about things in a different way on how I wanted to approach my level design. It's really cool. I love that the levels are constantly introducing new things. But wow, the first level is kind of intimidating because there are so many branching paths, and I got lost a lot. And for that to be the first level, I was a little intimidated. I couldn't find everything on my first visit, so I will be going back in my own time to collect things that I missed. But wow, that first level was surprisingly open. But it also introduced something else that I really like. Rail grinding and slides. I love me a good rail grinding section. I'm a huge Ratchet & Clank fan, so, you know. Also Scalar did that really good too. But yeah, there's rail grinding segments, and it works pretty similarly to how the Ratchet & Clank games do, where you can jump between rails from side to side while collecting things and dodging obstacles. It's really fun. And the slides kind of work similarly, except for there's only one slide at a time instead of multiple slides that you jump through. But it's a fun little way to break up the levels because these levels are actually surprisingly long. They're not going to take a super long time, but I played through them and it was about roughly, I'd get through a level in about 10 to 15 minutes, which is me going out of my way to look around too. Bear in mind that if you just make a beeline for the end of the level, you'll probably get through it in less than 5 minutes. But that's not what this game is about. Exploration is key, and it's so much fun to just run around these levels, look at everything, try to find as many of the Okies as you can, and just have a great time. It's so much fun. Genuinely so much fun. There's also these bonus levels where you ride around in a plane in the sky and you're flying around, and it's just an auto-scroller. It's one of those ones where you switch lanes and you're just constantly shooting and dodging at things in front of you. It's not anything super long. Like, I think each level is maybe like a minute and a half long, and it ends with a boss fight at the end, which is pretty cool. I'm glad they don't overstay their welcome, because like the bread and butter of this game is obviously like the main core platforming and stuff, and it does it so well, and it's so much fun. Like, but you know, having variety here and there, it's always a good thing. That's the thing that this game does really well. The levels are so varied. I really like them. I think my favorite level in the game is this one where you're just in a town and you're just literally just running around the town, and it kind of looks like, it kind of reminds me of Apatos from Sonic Unleashed, which is based off of Greece, and the buildings and structure of everything gives me the same vibes. Like, I just had so much fun running around in this level. The game it's fun. It really is fun. And I've fought 2 of the boss fights so far. And the boss fights aren't hard at all. They are very easy. But I had a really fun time playing against them. Because, you know, boss fights are hard to do in video games, especially 3D platformers. They're typically either too easy or too hard. I'm not going to say that these are super easy, but you're not going to struggle too much with the first 2. Later bosses will probably prove to be a lot more difficult. I enjoyed what I played. I thought it was a lot of fun. There's also these little bonus games that you can play as well at the end of the levels, where you stack up Okies on top of each other. It's really easy. It's like a very simple puzzle, but you get rewarded for completing them. So there's a lot of variety, and with the Okies, you can actually go to these little gardens on the map, and you can plant the energy that they gave you as well to get even more Okies. So there's a lot of way to get Okies. So you will be able to progress through the game really easily, which is great. And also the music in this game is really good. I wish I could give you guys clean rips of the soundtrack to listen to, like I usually do, but the soundtrack hasn't been dropped yet because the game, at the time of writing this review and everything, it's not out yet. So I'm just going to let some little snippets of the game play with the music so you can hear it, because it's really cute and very catchy. I really like how catchy these songs are. I started humming a lot of them as I played through the levels because I just thought they were a lot of fun. Here, have a listen. My only real gripe with the game is that it does have some performance issues, which will hopefully be ironed out by the time the game officially drops. I did have some stuttering here and there, and it did hinder some of my controls because of the frame pacing. And I was playing on medium settings, so I'm not really sure what was happening there. It wasn't too bad. It only happened every once in a while, but I did have some really funny moments. Like in level 2 where I died talking to an NPC. And also at the end of the level, the screen started flashing white for some reason. It was very strange. And then in level 6, I fell into the void randomly toward the end. And then in level 7, which was the last level I played, this cage started spazzing out just a few minutes into it. Still the funnest level in the game though, by far. Dracamar is really, really fun. I've been having a really great time with it, and it's been a while since a new 3D platformer from an indie development studio has hooked me so much. This game is cute, fun, has a lot of variety in it, and it just brings me back to a simpler time in my life, which is exactly what the team was aiming for. So, would I recommend Dracamar? Absolutely, is that even a question? This game is wonderful. I can't wait to see the official launch, and I will absolutely be buying this game for the Switch too as well, whenever that drops, because having this game on the go will be phenomenal.